Sister Wives Recap. Kody says Christine murdered their intimacy. And Kody Brown pulls his ego out of box in garage. I will explain everything. Watch this video until end. Hey lovely viewers. Welcome to my shocking news channel. Sister Wives sees Kody Brown using harsh words against Christine Brown on Season 16 Episode 10 that aired January 23. See what happened on this last regular season episode of the TLC show. Early January on Sister Wives, Kody Brown picks and chooses kids. Robyn Brown wants the whole family to celebrate Ariella Brown's birthday. Janelle Brown says she demanded it. Christine Brown packs kids into the car for a drive-through test. She says this party won't smooth things over. She calls his COVID rules exhausting. At Robyn's place, she's happy for Ari's 5th birthday. Janelle Brown says it's awesome that everyone's together and not masked. Kody Brown is happy and says this is the attention he wants Ari to have. For the timeline, this was January of 2021. He gives a sweet tribute to Ari at her party. Janelle says they always toast the birthday person. Gabriel Brown says Ari's the only woman who's ever met him at the door saying, "Wow, you're handsome." Christine says she loves the toasting and takes her turn on Sister Wives. Ari rubs on Christine's chest and says she's red. She blushed and Ari pokes at her. The producers ask if she had a sunburn. She says no. Kody proudly says Ari is the family's social lubricant. Christine Brown says they should hang out like this once a month. Kody blames moms, says older kids ruined his Christmas. Kody's still unhappy with the criticism from his older kids. We see a flashback to his argument with Gabe and Garrison Brown. He said their disrespect has ruined his holidays. Now, Kody Brown says missing Isabel's surgery, staying away from Janelle, and the rules were issues. But he says his job is to protect Ariella. And his other kids need to know once they're adults, his world doesn't revolve around them. Kody says his obligation is to his minor children and kids that follow his rules. Janelle says he's pushing kids away once they're 18. She says it was never like that before. Plus, she's annoyed and says there are adult kids at Robyn's house, not being pushed out. That's because they follow all Kody's rules. Kody Brown blames the other sister wives. He says the kids have to follow rules or figure out some other living arrangement. In other words, move out. Robyn says this makes her hopeful. But then, 3 days later, things change. Robyn's on a personal camera talking. Robyn's house is COVID nexus. Janelle and Christine Brown call out irony. Robyn reveals that her kid's nanny has COVID. She says if it was just her family and kids, then Kody might have been the only one to spread it. Now, she says they all might have it. She blames the family event. But she claims she doesn't want to stop seeing them. Then, Kody Brown says she's been doing everything right, and wonders how this could happen. The nanny was there Thursday and has a positive test Tuesday. Robyn says this validates his stance against all getting together as a family. She says she's praying for the nanny. At a drive-up test site, Solomon, Ari, and Brianna Jessup are with Kody and Robyn for a drive-up test. She says it's disappointing, the virus came from her house. Christine Brown says it's ironic, and laughs. But she does feel bad for the nanny. Christine says if it was her or one of her kids, he'd be pointing fingers, and feel vindicated. She says she knows it's terrible to say that. Christine says this will put a fear element into the family. Janelle also uses the word irony, and chuckles on Sister Wives. Kody is grossed out when he accidentally sucks on his spit vial and gets his own backwash. He says if someone gets sick after following extreme protocols, it may not be a possibility to be together. Robyn says she knows she didn't do anything wrong but feels bad. Christine explains the split on Sister Wives. Christine Brown says things are bad in the marriage. She says it's hard to see him functioning well with other spouses. She says she heard he's different when she's not there. Christine Cam talks about her marriage. She questions if she has a voice. She says last week, Kody put in her door up to the loft. That's her room. But he kept talking about keeping the cat out. So, she asked if the door is about the cat or sleeping together. She says Cody told her he's not really interested in having sex with her anymore. She says he told her, I don't like your behavior. So, Christine told him, it's not enough. He insists other couples have marriage without sex. Christine Brown's not sure what to do. But she doesn't think it's fair he's sleeping with other sister wives and she gets no action. Christine says she's shattered. Also, she says he told her, I'm not attracted to you. She hoped it'd get better. But she won't accept a marriage without intimacy and says it's a partial marriage. She's upset he blamed her behavior. Later, he says she dropped a bomb on me. Flashbacks to a marriage crumbling. Cody says they've had serious troubles for 12 years. Flashbacks see in 2014, she said, every day is hard. He says there is no intimacy without trust. Christine said back then, she's so jealous. There's a scene with a fight where he calls her a crybaby. Next, a 2020 scene he says sorry but she doesn't buy it and walks away. That's when Christine told Meri Brown she didn't want this marriage anymore. Back to now, Cody says Christine told him she doesn't want him in her room because nothing happens there. He insists he knows people with a romance-free marriage. She tells him he can see the kids, but not be with her. He wonders if it's a phase or an awakening. He says she's been telling the other sister wives and adult kids for years she wants to leave. Cody says she murdered their intimacy with betrayal. He specifies the betrayal as her saying she'd leave. He says he hears this constantly. Then, he wonders why he's even surprised. In a scene from 2019, we see Christine rejecting the big house concept. Cody and Christine's marriage ends in 10 boxes. Back to early 2021, he's not sure how to interpret what she said. He says he's shocked but shouldn't be. Next, Christine Brown is in St. George, Utah for Mykelti Brown Padron's baby shower. She says it's just her and her girl. But Aspen Brown Thompson's coming down too. She says they took COVID precautions but no other Arizona Browns will come. Christine says Cody finds her protocols lax. But she says she followed CDC guidelines. And she thinks the proof is they've not gotten the virus. Again a dig at Robin's house spawning a scare. Christine reveals Gwendolyn and Isabel Brown know they split but truly doesn't. She talks about leaving Flagstaff and told him he's not welcome in her bedroom. Then, she says he told her they'd talk. But she's said, it's final. She packed his stuff so he wouldn't have to. Christine says Cody Brown doesn't want or love her. She said she promised herself not to have another sad anniversary. But she wants to keep it looking normal as long as possible. She wonders what she did that was so wrong on Sister Wives. Cody, relieved to be out of loveless marriage. What about Meri? Christine says she always wanted a romantic marriage but it's been hard for a long time. She says it's heartbreaking to be around Cody and see him with Robin and Janelle. But she doesn't mention Meri. So, is that some indication of issues there, as fans long suspected? So, she says packing Cody's boxes was better than looking at his stuff. Christine plans to leave, as in go somewhere that people want to be around us. She says the next time he comes over, he'll find out when he sees his stuff in the garage. Later, Cody's in the garage looking at all the labeled boxes. His clothes, books, and nightstand stuff's all packed. He chuckles and says they didn't discuss her doing this. He's frustrated. Later, he notices more boxes added to the pile. He says he's been moved out of my house. Cody says he doesn't want to take the boxes because maybe it's a game. He doesn't know when she did this. And Cody Brown says he doesn't care. Then he talks about the karmic impact of divorce. He feels relieved. He says it's a relief to be out of a loveless marriage. Sister Wives Season 16 ending. 2 kids get COVID. Cody finally admits he's a problem. Finally, Cody seems insightful a bit. He talks about what he might have done wrong that led to the split with Christine. Then, he says he's not sure how he feels right now. On the Sister Wives couch, Christine says now she can breathe and get into a good place. She calls herself independent. Then, she says Cody Brown sees the kids, then leaves and sleeps elsewhere. She says their church releases you spiritually from a marriage like hers when it's over. Christine says it's between her and God. Sister Wives star Cody Brown squirms his way out of one embarrassing scene on the next episode of the TLC series. What happens next to the father of 18 seems to open a window into the status of his ego. Cody Brown takes inventory on Sister Wives. Fans heard Cody Brown describe himself in the past with terms like the leader of his family. He's also claimed that he's in charge and the head of the 4 households. So it could be a fair assumption to say that Cody thinks his Sister Wives family revolves around him. You might even see it as an understatement after seeing the new episode airing January 23rd. Cody has the cameras rolling when he stumbles upon a scene in Christine Brown's garage. The message from Christine is clear and this stunned husband takes inventory. Everything he owns at Christine's house is now boxed, labeled, and ready to go. As Cody looked around the garage, it became evident that he no longer has a home there. Fans sense a Beyoncé vibe, as you can see in the irreplaceable meme above. Cody analyzes box stack in garage scene. This shared husband analyzed what was around him slowly and methodically. He starts a bit stunned. It sounds like Cody Brown isn't quite sure how far Christine plans to go with this. He reads off the labels on the boxes, but at the same time, he seems to multitask by rearranging his thoughts. He talked into the camera while doing this. Once he realized it was everything he owned from inside her house, the seriousness set in. But only for a minute or so. In the next episode of Sister Wives, he questions if she means this. He wonders if it is some kind of a ploy on her part. He mentions that Christine has done stuff like this before. Only this time, he didn't see it coming. At this point, he thinks she may be bluffing. Then he says something that seems like too little, too late. Cody thinks he might talk with her to find out what's going on. But, for Christine, it's too late. This wife waves goodbye as that ship sailed when it comes to talking this out. Patriarch gives his ego a twist on Sister Wives. Within minutes, Cody goes from stunned to a hint of sadness. There also seems that a little embarrassment emerges when he first finds the boxes. But then it looks like he's brushed off that emotion. Instead, he seems to stroke his ego to some extent. He says it's his house. It sounds like he can't take the notion that she had the right to do this to his stuff, either. Next, Cody Brown changes back into the Sister Wives leader. He acts as if he's in charge of this debacle. Then only minutes from first seeing his life with Christine boxed up, he twists the tale around. He changes his demeanor once again. Next, he claims now that he's had a minute to think about it, he's ambivalent. Then he says, "I almost don't care." Well, he tried to clean that up for himself. At first, he sounded stunned and worried about his relationship with Christine. But then he changed into acting that he could care less. This happens within a period of only a few minutes. But the most notable in this sequence of events is how Cody handles this. Instead of talking to Christine first, he decides to spew his thoughts at the camera. So, as Cody Brown looked at the boxes, he made clear it didn't really bother him that Christine's done with him. He only seemed bothered that it's his home and she made this big move to put him out of it. What do you think about this video? Please told on comment box. Also subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching this video.